Hey guys, this is N54 Garage, and welcome back to another video.
1, 2, 3!
So in this video, I'll be installing this 7.5-inch intercooler because I do have, I think it's a 7-inch stepped. It's like a small one. Now I upgraded to this one, which is going to be a good upgrade. It came with a pipe and with extra couplers. So yeah. And also we'll be installing this short shifter made by Jackspania Racing. I haven't really seen anyone try this out yet on the E90, E92 series. I seen a few people try them out like on the E36s and a little bit older models, but we'll give it a try. Comes with a bracket, some hardware, and so to install that shifter, I will be needing to remove my center console. Same as installing that intercooler, I will need to remove my bumper and cut the shroud a little bit to fit it, and that's pretty much it. I also did upgrade my oil cooler. I bought this oil cooler right here. I forgot the brand, but it was like, let me see, it was like 150 bucks shipped. It's a 25 row cooler, and the install was pretty easy. The only thing I don't like is how these go. They're kind of really close to this right here. But overall, it does keep the temps down pretty well. All right, guys, I got pretty much everything out. I got the bumper out. I got the intercooler and this little top piece right here. Just that piece. Got that out. I think the piece that we're gonna have to cut is this right here. Just got to trim it like from here to the top. Here's the intercooler comparison. So let me try to line them up. So as you can see, look how much fatter this one is than that one. And then the height is a lot taller. And you see, I was still using one of the stock couplers, which was from this side. On this side, I had a coupler on, but still, it was a little bit restricting airflow compared to. I mean, it's the same size, but that coupler that goes in is a lot smaller than, you know, a coupler that goes over. Just finished up with all the trimming. See, all this right here, it like went around like this, and just cut everything up all the way to like half of this thing right here. Those are the pieces. Everything fits up nice. All the couplers. Nothing's rubbing, nothing's touching. I'll let it focus. There it is. Same on this side. Everything fits all the way up to the turbo perfectly. We're good to go. Guys, we're gonna move over to the shifter. So I'm not gonna record on how to remove the center console because there's like 1,000 videos out there to do it. And also for the stock shifter bracket, I'm just gonna go get those things out of the way. And then we're gonna go ahead and install the shifter. I'll show you guys the process. Hopefully it shouldn't be too hard. I already went ahead and installed this bottom bracket and put some lock washers on the bottom so they don't back out. Got the center console out. And yes, you do have to take the whole center console out. I always have parts back there. But this is how it looks. So it's supposed to sit this way. And you're also gonna have to trim a little bit of this carpet right here. It's So basically what you want to do is center it this way and that way, just so it's, you know, so it's centered. And also make sure the shifters, you know, it's straight, kind of how the OEM, you know, sat. That's kind of what we're going for. So once you do that, you just drill holes for the bolts. Once you drill those holes, you just put, you know, your nuts, I mean your bolts and your nuts and washers. Alright guys, I got the shifter in, just these 4 bolts. Like I said, just drill, bolt, and nut through each side, and you're good to go. Alright, just to keep in mind, make sure you guys adjust this pin right here. So when you shift to first, you don't accidentally shift to reverse. You see how that pin goes against that right there? When you push the release to go into reverse, you see how it opens up? And now you can go into reverse. All right, so the throw is a lot shorter. All right guys, I got some bad news. So during that pull, the front crank bolt decided to come loose. There it is. It's leaking oil and shit, and look how wobbly it is. So most definitely I need a new motor. All right, so the motor is out. Wasn't too bad to get out. Took a few hours, but as you can see, the chain broke, so most likely all the valves are bent. All right, so I already went ahead and tore the whole motor off, took the head off. Here's how the bottom looks. Everything looks pretty good, except you can see right there how the valves hit the pistons. The whole exhaust side hit the pistons, and a little bit of the intake side. But overall, the cylinder walls look pretty good. You can still see the factory honing on them. There's no scoring or gouges in them. Here's how the head looks like. As you can see, all the exhaust side is open, and they're all bent. They're all just touching. They're all touching right here, and the intake side is also bent, as you can see. Guys, here's a look at the crank hub. The crank hub did not slip. That was not my issue. As you know, the crank hub bolt came loose, came out, and then the crank hub slipped, messed up all my timing, and bent my valves. Want to prevent this catastrophic failure from happening? Buy the VTT capture. It captures this bolt from backing out. That's kind of the only solution. For only $100. Here's a better look at the turbo setup. As you can see, it's just stock manifold frames, just cut and just welded to the single. It's been doing really good for 10K miles, no cracks. I haven't even burned any O2s. The O2s still work perfectly. That happens, it is what it is. We'll get back up. I should be picking up a new motor. I mean, this block is fine, but it's gonna be easier for me to get a new motor with a good head already. So then we'll just swap over all the turbo kit parts and everything else and do the maintenance. And we'll see, maybe I might build it a little bit, like do pistons, rods, bearings, and a few other things. We'll see, maybe even the crank hub. Definitely the VTT capture for the crank hub bolt, because I do not want this happening again.